Sure. Oh wait, just
He recorded. He recorded.
It's fine.
Oh,
It's fine. You just go ahead, Phil. What do you want to
all
say?
right. Come on, come all. Welcome to Speakeasy
Yeah,
Podcast. I'm
episode
Phil.
10.
I'm Daryl.
I'm Jason. My
Jason's back. You know what I'm saying? We back.
gang.
So how you guys been? This is finals week. No stress. We good?
Stress, bro. I'm stressing.
You have like 4
Fun
classes. No?
times.
You guys have 4 classes, right?
Yeah, you got 2 classes. You don't got to stress at all.
So I'm saying, yo, I'm out here chilling. Know what I'm saying? New video out yesterday. Let's go, my channel.
Link in the description.
Link in the
Possibly.
Oh my gosh. All right. So what you want to talk about, Phil?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to quick mention how India is going through what is now the biggest strike in the history of mankind.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't really know what's going on. I tried to look up what's happening, but I don't really.
Well, it's a workers' strike for like worker rights.
Oh, because
Okay.
they're like, because they have no minimum wage and all that stuff.
Yeah, they have none of that. They don't have like pensions. Like no one has pensions.
Yeah.
They don't get very long leaves for any reason whatsoever. Like, you know, basic worker rights and things like that. But the thing that's like crazy is that this is the biggest ever, and it's happening right now.
Yeah.
You know, like it's been going on for like 2 months.
I think this year there was like there's many massive strikes, like the Black Lives Movement strike that sort of the entire world became a part of. So, which is I kind of find it interesting how because we live in COVID right now, so it's sort of isolation supposed to be like sort of dividing us and sort of separating us, but instead it sort of the effects unites us. It unites us. So fucking the effects, bro.
Nice.
Yeah.
I never tried this, so
that's great.
But I find it quite interesting though, because this has been going on for a while. Even China has their workers don't get the sort of the recognition or the payment, the rightful sort of reward that they do for their work, and sort of like their labor is sort of, I guess, underappreciated.
Right.
Especially because everything that comes from like in terms of clothing, in terms of manufacturing, comes from there. So I saw a documentary once how they were making jeans. I was so fucked up because it was a bunch of like, it was in India. They were making jeans and there was like a bunch of like chemicals and stuff, and they didn't even have like, they were wearing slippers and stuff. They have no like sort of proper attire for the workplace. Because I kind of find it's fun. It's fucked up.
Yeah, it's just seeing how different people's lives are in a different sector of the world. I think it puts things into perspective, but also it makes us realize, like, things aren't perfect here either, because we're linked to that and everything. And like, there's a group of farmers that also started like marching to honor the workers in India who are marching for said worker rights.
Jay, curious question. Since you and I we work at the grocery store, what do you think of the sort of the coverage that we get for
That's
our
a good
work?
question.
The coverage.
Yeah, so do you get like healthcare and all that stuff, like health insurance and like dental and whatnot?
Yeah, we do. But I mean, I already have insurance with my parents, but like we get insurance. Do you guys get insurance?
Yeah, we got insurance because us,
Okay.
us, we live in like really the bougie neighborhoods. I work in a bougie neighborhood there, so
it's freaking a rich neighborhood. I'm just talking about.
It's bad bougie. But anyways, emphasis on bad. But anyways, what is it? The us is kind of fucked up because we were, we had COVID, so we had the lockdown from, I think it was March to May or March to June, whatever. But people were still working, right? So like it wasn't mandatory to work. You could just stay home and like apply for, governmental coverage and you get paid. But we chose to work, and then we had the renovation that happened like a few weeks ago, and all we're getting in return is like a fucking gift card. That's like,
How much?
I swear to God, $300 for the full timers, and then everyone else is like 1,000. Oh no, 150 $150 for like the people a little over the 15-hour average, and then the ones below that, so like people who just work like weekends and stuff, they get 75. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dog? And then they wonder like why the fuck people are like are sour. Why people are like are not like happy and shit. Like, motherfucker,
Why the
yo,
morale is done.
yeah, yo, we worked our asses off during a fucking pandemic when we would chill at home. We had the option to fucking chill at home. That's one. So we can at least reward us with a fucking employee discount, or which by the way, we don't have an employee fucking discount.
Really?
So, yeah, we don't have a discount. So we get fuck all discount. We get no raise. We got a fucking gift card that's only for the company. I'm gonna say it because I don't want to fucking start shit, but it's just for the company.
Mhm.
But so you can't use it as outside of the company. But I know you could use it to buy other fucking gift cards and whatnot. But like, it's fucking $150 for people like part timers who are just like like, bro, are you fucking serious?
Well, at the beginning of the pandemic, did you have the prime, like $2
$2,
prime?
yeah, we had that for the first time, but Alberta got it back. I think
They got it back.
Alberta and Toronto, I think, or Ontario, sorry, got it back the $2 during the thing.
I think
And
it sucks that they took it off because we're still working during COVID.
yeah, and I'm saying because we had a second lockdown, right? We had a second
Yeah.
period of the second wave there. So they were like, oh, we'll give you the $2 back, and but you guys can still work. Us, I don't know if it's a Quebec thing or it's a fucking it's a dickhead thing, but we didn't get our shit back. So it's like we're getting paid fuck all, and it's lockdown number 2 over here, which is so fucking long.
Should raise it to $3 next time, right?
Hey, bro. And
Okay.
also because inflation goes up every fucking dollar, like every year, right? So $1 a year. So your fucking minimum, when you go up the ranks, you get like $1 more per fucking, I don't know, for 6 months, whatever the fuck. Yeah, like it won't take long till like our top salary becomes the minimum wage.
Yeah.
It's like it's so stupid, bro.
Like,
Yeah, would you imagine someone like busting their ass off for like 30 years, get like $20, $25 a month, and then to like a fucking 20 years later, his so-called special pay gets like becomes a new minimum wage, and was like,
Yeah, the newcomer at the job gets that instantly.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Doesn't do shit.
they should raise the salary based on like inflation too.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Right.
when it goes up, then
Adjusted to
people-
inflation.
exactly like it's
Yeah.
not really fair.
Especially
Yeah,
because fucking
definitely.
grocery stores got like fuck ton of profit this year.
Of course.
Actually, it's funny because I was thinking about Apple, the biggest thing, because you know how Apple now has like it passed Microsoft in terms of
Right.
capital, so it's like a multi-trillion-dollar company. Oh, speaking of, fucking mail from Apple popped up. so yeah, so they have that much money, but yet their sort of all their services require like every single like parts are like sold separately.
Yeah.
So see now like in the future iPhones, they might take off the charger.
Right.
So we're like, what the fuck? When they took off the headphone jack, everyone's fucking losing it because like, yo, what was the point? And then it didn't come with fucking with AirPods. It came with a fucking dongle that would break every 30 seconds, and like earphones. I'm like, yo,
Oh yeah, those
Yeah.
broke so quick. Like,
yo.
Yeah.
And then the same thing happened with laptops because I have a MacBook Pro, and the same thing happens with that because like you have the fucking product and you have to buy the fucking dongle separately, and then there's like a few fucking like ports in there, like, bro, are you kidding me? There's no
people
SD
still buy it
slots.
'cause it's Apple, so
Yeah, I know, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I might think of going back to Microsoft, to be honest.
really.
Oh, shout out! You just lost a customer, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, so that's a fun thing.
Yeah.
On a side note, since overpopulation is a big thing, and this whole thing's gone to shit. Would you guys go to space? That's
I
actually an
think I'd
interesting
die in
question.
space, honestly.
You would?
Well, I mean,
You would
I'd
die in space?
like die of like insanity because I probably would want to go back to Earth at some point.
Yo, space is fire, bro. Did you watch Interstellar, bro? That shit's fire.
Okay, yeah, Interstellar. Interstellar is fucking fire,
Yo, I'm telling
fire,
you.
bro.
Would you imagine?
I watched it like twice in IMAX too. Like this
Yo.
was great.
But yeah, the concept of the film is quite interesting. It's like it's basically assuming that our future generations are able to create 5D or was it 4D worlds, and then sort of communicate with the past and sort of
Right.
yes, give them the key to the future.
Using making use of time dilation as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like real
Also,
science.
Yeah, like also how like we'll probably at one point in years from now we'll run out of like food,
I'm
so we'd
saying,
have to
yeah.
find another planet to live on. Like that concept is crazy.
Bezos is working on a thing there on the like, was it you know did you watch the movie Elysium?
Yeah, I kind of remember that. Yeah.
So it's like Matt Damon movie that's generic as fuck, but like the concept of it is having creating a utopian like sort of mechanism outside of space, outside of Earth's atmosphere that like sort of houses highest technology and whatever, and all the rich people are all there.
Yeah, I mean that's the techno dystopia of sorts, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, what do you think of the concept? Do you think it's
Oh, I think Bezos wants it to happen.
yeah, that's pretty obvious.
But yeah, I feel like if we really go all in for the constant evolution of technology, we're probably gonna get somewhere similar. If the wages still become like more and more disparate, like the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, we're gonna reach that point eventually.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, you know what's funny though? I think the what is it? The whole idea. Whenever someone has an idea to save humanity or something good, there's always some motherfucker that takes it to do something bad about it. I find it quite interesting how the balance of nature keeps fucking coming in. You can't have good without bad, motherfucker. It's like the idea of you die a hero, you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. I really live by that sort of philosophy where that eventually the power that you get from something good ultimately corrupts you. Caesar does it, I'm sure. I think I watched a movie before about Genghis Khan. I think it was the same prospect. It was sort of because they wanted to free themselves from their oppressors, but ultimately just fucking annihilated the entire fucking East Asian.
He became an oppressor,
yeah, exactly. So he became sort of the very thing he was fighting against, and so I find it quite interesting how human nature ultimately just fucking brings everything.
Yeah, the nature of fighting back against an oppressor is a conflicting one because we have to tangle with giving up on some moral principles if we fight back.
Yeah.
Or
I feel like the fear
want to succeed.
Yeah, and also I feel like the fear of it, rehappening is sort of the driving force to sort of establish a sort of a barrier, sort of like to oppress the people who might oppress you in the future. Like concept of fear of like, oh shit, these guys might be the next ones to fucking overthrow me, so I got to take their asses down. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it becomes kind of a game.
Yeah. But yeah, back to the question: would you guys go to space?
As a kid, I would have said yes. Okay. Now, space sounds terrifying. I think a part of me would want to, just for the exploration, experience. But I don't know. It sounds freaky.
What is it about space that sounds freaky? Is it the vast the vastness?
Not like not knowing what's out there, probably.
Yeah. So
like an alien's gonna attack me at some point.
Hey yo, if General Zod pulls up on my ass, be like, yo, break me.
Michael Shannon.
Yo, bring me to Krypton. I'm doing this for Krypton.
I will find him.
Oh, Optimus Prime comes in. We live in the star.
um,
The cube.
cube. But I don't think it's so much the fear of extraterrestrial life, but rather just the isolation it takes to get there, anyways.
Okay, interesting. I have a question though for you guys. What do you think of the idea? Because I was reading like I was watching like a bunch of videos on like space theories and like world theories, multiverse and all that stuff, and how you know how the reason why we haven't seen aliens is probably because they're too advanced. They might be bigger and we like we're like molecules to them, so we're like sort of very very small and they're massive, so we don't actually see them, but they're there like roaming about. But also the idea of maybe we are the prime beings, and that we're the ones who are going to settle like sort of the future of the universe. So what do you think of the concept of saying, oh, you know, what if we are actually the first to sort of make it, and like we will eventually be the sort of rulers of
Some sort of space empire. You.
we're kind of pre was it pre Big Bang Galactus,
Oh, okay, yeah,
to put it in comic book perspectives.
yeah.
We're the beings before the Big Bang.
That's a nice pull. Um, um, that would make our existence much more valuable than most people think it is.
Mm,
Um,
I mean,
but that also means that since we would be like the universal settlers,
yeah,
we'd also have to grapple with those moral issues with
yeah.
probably like, or if we keep saying that Earth is doomed, should we go to other planets and doom them
Or
by
maybe we
us? Like,
well exactly maybe we are Galactus. We eat planets.
yeah,
And
are we?
it just takes us like a couple million years to fucking do it. It's
And
very
we can
slow.
never know if like we are like the prime being because we can't like.
Well, yeah, we don't. But
It would be like a mindset.
the
I
idea of it.
feel like that's some sort of nationalistic mindset that everyone would have, where it's like, oh, we're so great, let's go colonize it.
Yeah.
Well,
Do
the colonizers. We are the conquerors and the conquered.
it.
But what do you think about the concept of the multiverse? So there's another Jason chilling outside of your
Multiple
fucking
worlds
yeah.
interpretation.
I want to meet my other my Earth 2020 Daryl. I want to see if he has COVID.
um the thing that I find very interesting about that is for every situation you could think of and more, there is an entire universe that exists relating to it. So
Yeah.
it's just like as simple as walking to the left of the street or
Or the right. Yeah.
right, but it could also be like massive changes, and it could also like be things that seem minute at first, but that change the whole understanding of that world.
Yeah. It's a butterfly
Like what,
effect.
like the concept of magic was never invented by the human race.
Mhm.
So how do you refer to something that doesn't exist? Like people's entire like mental frameworks are slightly like on different scale than yours.
Yeah.
Um, and it, I don't completely believe in it,
Okay.
but I think it's like one of the most interesting sci-fi scenarios there is. Um, and like it's getting used more and more by Hollywood now, and by like just fiction writers in general.
Well, in science as well, it's I think the number one theory now for the particle. The fuck, I forgot. You know when there's an experiment in I think it's string theory. I don't remember, but there's multiple like theories of why a little electron could like sort of pass through a little filter,
Right.
and then it's their theory is either it's a guided one or it's a it's a guided particle, or it's fucking we're just one of the trillions of parallel universes, and this is just a scenario that we took.
Mm.
But yeah, How about you, Jason? What do you think of the concept of the multiverse?
Um,
Tenet.
I don't really completely believe in it, but I
What,
think
what,
it's an interesting concept. Like,
yo, would you imagine you just walk down the fucking street and now Jason pulls up? Hey, yo, motherfucker, what's up?
imagine there was a universe where I wasn't gay, you know, like, cause like there's a certain,
Yo, that'd be fucking hilarious though. We'd be like, yo, why you not gay, cuz?
yeah, it's an interesting
But
theory.
there's also another thing I love about the multiple worlds interpretation. Um, since, and this might be a bit like depressing, but it's not meant to be.
Okay.
So
Since you died.
if every possibility exists,
Yeah.
then no choice matters. Because if I choose to go on the left, it doesn't matter because there's another me who chose to go on the right.
Yeah.
So both outcomes, every outcome happens, and thus no individual world has that much value.
Well,
Because
no, it's more sort of that individual world gets to explore that specific choice.
yeah, but it's like everything happens. So in the end, like your own choice isn't much of a choice. It's you
Free
did
to
this.
Well, I mean, it was the same concept of the question I asked last episode. It was either you copy paste or you undo. Whereas the undo part, where you sort of you go to one path. Say you want to turn to the left and you go undo, you go to the right. Maybe that will lead to a whole different outcome. So it's the same thing. So it's like saying you're living in Earth One, right? And fucking and you choose to do X whatever the fuck that is, and then that leads you to sort of you surviving, and then Earth 2 Phil goes down Y, and then he gets fucking annihilated by a bunch of aliens. There's a whole different outcome. Granted, Earth 1 and Earth 2 chose something different, and in the overall it's like, oh yeah, your choice doesn't really matter, right? Because you explored every single possibility. But for Earth 1 Phil, it's like, damn, I managed to survive. Whereas Earth Y is like, what the fuck happened, man? Why is Zod lasering me? Yeah, to put it in comic book perspectives, it's like
Right.
Barry Allen type shit. No
It's
Flashpoint.
definitely a fair assessment also to bring up comic books since they were so instrumental in popularizing this theory. Actually, like
I think comic books was like the perfect sort of depiction of what could happen.
right, the infinite possibilities type of thing demonstrated since like I think it's since the 50s or 60s, if I'm correct, that they've been running with the whole multiverse thing.
Yeah.
Comics.
I think it's probably at the same time as the actual scientists discovered the whole theory.
Right.
Had the theory.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens often actually.
I feel like today we're talking about like different like concepts of Nolan's films. So we did space.
Mhm.
Now we're doing time / parallel universes. So, yeah, what was it?
Inception. You gotta talk about Inception.
So
now.
I'm saying, like, I'm coming into now. Have you motherfuckers ever fucking lucid dreamed? Lucid dreamt? I don't know. But you guys know what it is, or what is it? What's it called? Sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis.
Experience that?
No, I don't believe I've ever had that experience, though I've heard of someone who's had it.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, that concept of like you. Well, I mean, lucid dreaming is quite. There's this whole theory where not theory, but like this whole thing that everyone was like, okay, when you want to lucid dream, you look at your hands, because normally you'll have either 9 or 11 fingers, because like in your dream you won't actually have the right amount of fingers, whatever. So like it could be quite interesting to like sort of control your dreams and actually like most people, I don't know why, but their whole thing is like, I want to fly.
Yeah,
So
that's what I hear most of the time is people like they say they flew in their dreams and it felt real and everything, but it's never happened.
Bro, try that shit, bro. Next time you sleep, bro, look at your fucking fingers and be like, yo, goddamn, I'm in a dream, shit.
It's just falling. I just fall and then I wake up.
Just wake up in the morning and try to fly.
Yo, you wake up in the morning, feel like P. Diddy, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe you're in a dream.
Yo, are we in a dream right now? Oh, what? But yeah, no, that very concept. Have you ever tried dreaming within a dream? So like Inception, like actually.
Yeah, I think I have. Yeah.
I did that once. It's quite interesting.
I
Well, you
mean,
have
it's
to control your
another day passes. It's another like, oh, I'm waking up. Oh, I'm waking up.
No, but it's funny because like the concept of time actually does change.
Hmm.
So like you're dreaming. You sleep in your sleep. Yeah. So like I was in a dream where I went to sleep, and I went to sleep, and then when I woke up in that dream, I was dreaming of fighting down. Oh no, I got eaten by a shark. That's true. I got eaten by a shark for some fucking reason. And then my dream me woke up, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then my alarm rang, and then I was like, "Oh shit, we're here now." So it was kind of interesting. But yeah, what is like the weirdest dreams you guys ever had?
Weirdest. I had one in like late high school where I just imagined everyone I knew slapping me.
That's fucking weird, bro.
Like, you've seen Evangelion?
Yeah,
Like it plays a bit like the ending scene of the show where there's everyone clapping,
yeah.
but instead of them clapping, it's just they pop up and they slap me in the face, and then it's a new character, it's a new person, and it's all people in my life.
That's fucking funny. How about you, Jay? You have anyone slapping you in the face?
No. I think the weirdest one was I was at home and someone was chasing me. I don't know who. Like I guess someone was trying to kill me, and I was running, but my body was moving in like slow motion. I don't know if you've had that.
Yo, yeah, yeah,
Like something's holding you back, but you're trying to run,
yeah,
and everything else is in like real time.
yeah.
But yeah, that shit scared the hell out of me, and then I had to wake up.
Have you ever tried punching in your dream? That shit is hilarious. It has no power.
It's the same feeling, right? Like you're like,
No, like yeah, legit, like because your actual body's paralyzed, so you can't actually punch someone.
yeah.
So your brain's like, I'm gonna drop your ass, bro. I'm gonna drop your ass. I'm coming for you, boy. But yeah, it's kind of funny though. It's like you're just fucking dreaming and trying to punch someone, but it doesn't work. I think mine was I was doing some weird ass shit. I don't know what the fuck. I was being. Oh yeah, me too. Someone was trying to get inside my house, and
It seems to be a really common dream.
yeah, I don't know why. My mom was on the fucking phone telling me to be quiet. I'm like, yo, there's a fucking dude trying to get inside the fucking house. So he got into the fucking house, and I was trying to drop him. I couldn't fucking punch him, bro. Like it was the most funniest fucking thing. So I ran the other way, and then I went up. I don't know if it ever happens to you, but whenever you run, like the dreams are quite interesting. When you run towards like a familiar place, it transforms completely into a whole different place there.
Mm.
So it's like, oh shit, where the fuck am I? And then you land in some fucking island with like a talking giraffe, and you're just like, what the fuck's going on, man? This is weird. I feel like I'm in Madagascar. Do you guys believe in the meaning of dreams, though?
I was about to say, I do think that patterns in our lives create these frameworks that end up being in our dreams. Like, I think I've heard this one very often, the ones that you both described, where you're in your home and you're being chased.
Mm.
I think that comes from a primal part of ourselves where we want to, defend our home, or we want to, have a place to sleep or be in that is safe.
Mm.
Like, like there's to eat, to sleep, to reproduce, to protect your home. Like that, those are really primal ideas that all living beings abide to.
Mm.
And yeah, I think that's the manifestation of that want to be safe. It's always the idea of someone's breaking into your home, and
Yeah.
you have to deal with that.
What would you do? I would fucking punch him with no force, mate.
There are sites that do interpret dreams though, but I've never used those. Have you guys?
What is it?
Sites.
There's like sites or like um yeah, sites online where you can, if you remember your dream, you type it in and then it interprets like, oh, it means this.
I would beware of that because I don't know if it's like trying to do that in relation to the works of Sigmund Freud, who,
Yo, the father of psychoanalysis, cuz.
yeah, I'm not like 100% in accord with Sigmund Freud. I think he goes over the top on a lot of things. He's done some important things, that's for sure, but there's some interpretations or ideas that he links to interpretations that I think it's like grossly overstated and just
He made good sauce.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why he's for the time. You know what I'm saying? He's a philosophizer. That's his whole point. Yo,
But
I don't know if you noticed most philosophers do that shit. They have this whole fucking they have ideas of like one moral standard and then they fucking blast it out of proportion. It's like, man, yo, having equality for everyone, it's fucking good. Like Karl Marx, I'm talking about. Like everyone has fucking the same shit. I'm like, there's no motivation once everyone has the same thing. Like, yo, if a garbage man owns as much as a fucking CEO, everyone's gonna fucking shoot each other. Like, yo, what the fuck is the point?
I disagree respectfully.
I know you do.
No,
He's a commie. No.
actually,
Okay, well, what is your idea? What is your concept of it?
of
Well, your perspective on having everyone be all at the same
right.
platform.
Well, first, I'm gonna start by saying I believe that humankind is inherently good. And as a result, if we are in a society that provides for everyone's well-being, so no one has to worry about food, shelter, and all that, then I don't think man will be, or woman, or mankind will be.
Trigger warning! Trigger warning!
Other genders.
Yo, what?
Humankind will be pushed to have to fend for themselves. They won't feel greed on the same levels that we see in this world. Like I think that greed and all these like sins, all these crimes are a result of a like material reality, which is people don't all have access to everything. So then people feel the need to take things to be able to live the life they deserve.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't like a struggle for survival in the first place, then there wouldn't be like a fight for things because everyone has what they need. So they could just take things they want and no one's gonna like fight. There's like no interhuman competition, which is at the core of capitalism.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why I do think that Marxism is a better alternative to standard libertarian capitalism.
Okay.
But I don't self-identify as a Marxist, though.
And I disagree with that fact because it was I don't think humans. I think humans are individualists to begin with, and that society was formed because they want to keep their own survival. So it's sort of like if you can't survive on your own, find someone else that can help you sort of, help you survive, which is
the social contract.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the basis of society.
So ultimately at the foundation is everyone's for every person for themselves. I mean, look at like that's why everyone's like sort of trying to fight to earn their way up because they know no one's gonna help them from the bottom or from the top, regardless. Like a lot of rich people have this sort of mentality of like, oh, look, I'm rich, but still I want to be richer, and they have this, they want to be exactly. So that's why I don't think once they have everything they need, they'll stop at that.
But I don't think the rich have everything they need. They have more, and they can get more, and they have to fight for it. It's the fact that you have to fight for more that I feel like creates this dehumanizing need to clod everything you can get.
No, it's also
like
the idea of possession as well.
Like it's also like I think we're getting close here in Canada to like this pretty good socialist state where we have a social net where like if your wage is like too low, the government helps you to just live.
Mm.
And that's what I mean where like everyone can like survive, with what they're given.
Yeah.
And as long as they have this social net that allows them to live, period, then they have the freedom to choose to do what they want with their lives.
Well,
Like
the thing is about here in Canada, the
it's
concept
not
of
perfect yet. I
no, it's the idea of like having, because yeah, there is a social net for people at the bottom, but also the people who want to strive to the top, that want to do something with themselves, ultimately gets a barrier put on them. So
yeah,
the pioneers that want to sort of create stuff
they go
for
to
other
the
people,
States. Yeah.
yeah, they go to states because they know that over there,
Yeah.
or they go to like Japan or whatever, or like
But yeah, that's because they want more power, they want more opportunity.
well, not necessarily, because a lot of people have this sort of they want to create a platform for other people to have uh, access to, so that they can ultimately thrive with themselves. Because ultimately, if you don't, there's no structure, there's no one at the top. Because us who have the government, right? But the government ultimately is a business, because
Yeah.
you're paying your taxes, but you don't get to choose what to do with the tax money. So they could fucking spend on a fucking bridge instead of doing
Yeah, I
something
mean, you
good.
could also vote against certain like don't put your money into this and they'll do it anyways. Case in point,
Yeah,
the SPVM defunding.
yeah,
More than 60% of people said that they wanted to defund the SPVM.
yeah,
And guess what? 1.5 times their budget this year is being added.
yeah.
So,
Well,
like they're not listening
well,
and
yeah.
they're
Well, that's why,
not
because
to.
they know that, because we have the power to vote, but we don't have the power to make decisions on like who we vote for. Like we don't have
Yeah, the democracy is not direct.
we
It's
don't yeah we don't choose we don't choose the candidates. We have we're given options and we choose amongst
yeah,
them.
we're given you're 100% right about that. That
So
is a problematic aspect of our like we have like what we call liberal democracy,
yeah,
but it's just democracy in the sense that you get choices, but you don't get. It's not like what ancient Greeks had, which was direct democracy, where literally you would go to the I believe it's agora, and
yeah,
you would talk in front of everyone. You would propose ideas,
yeah,
and it's like each individual had something to offer if they wished to.
yeah. And then yeah, it's because now it's like it's all over the fucking place. And also the thing is about this whole like um paying your taxes and all that stuff. It's like it's great because you there's the healthcare and all that. There's all like benefits from it, but there's the benefits sort of there's a massive cost, as in like you don't have like your so you like for me, for example, if I'm working 30 hours, personal experience, if I work 30 hours I gain more than when I work 39 hours, and I'm not even paid like a fucking massive amount. So would you imagine if, say, you're a manager, right? You're working the the hardest as you can. You have more responsibilities, more stress, and then all your fucking your pay gets sort of like diminished significantly because of the hourly rate that you get, or the hourly the hours that you have. So it's kind of like, that's what I'm saying. Like in terms of practicality, it doesn't really work, because the work as you go up gets more taxing, but the reward for it gets less and less sort of worth it.
I don't believe that the work gets that much more taxing at some point when you're high up. I don't think CEOs really work at all.
Well, it depends on
They have like people to work for them. So in that sense, I agree with a more Marxist take, which is like those people, the amount of wealth that they can have should be abolished. Period. I
Well,
believe.
yeah, if you're talking, yeah, if you're talking about
I'm
say,
talking about CEO money, like big
well,
multinational CEO.
but the thing is, it depends also on what kind of CEO you're talking about. Because a lot of CEOs, they manage day to day basis stuff, and that is like very taxing in terms of like you have to plan every fucking thing ahead from months. ahead, or years ahead even, because like basically the job of a CEO is a daily management, right? Whereas like a board of directors, for example, is like monthly or yearly management. So in terms of getting money, granted, I do agree that the amount of money that they're getting is fucking outrageous
It's astronomical. It's
compared to like the
yeah,
bottom feeders, but at the same time, like having this sort of like complete egalitarian idea as just fucking outrageous for a practical reason, because like ultimately the worth of say a janitor will be equal to say a fucking doctor. It's like, bro, what? One's saving lives, the other one's fucking
to argue for the janitor. The janitor's job is uh, it gives him some social ridicule. Well, I'll say the same for the garbage man. He
yeah.
does physical. Both of them do physical labor, and they do it for hours and hours on end, and they get no social brownie points for doing that job, but it's essential to those areas in which they work.
Yeah.
So they're doing essential work, but they're just being treated like scum, basically.
Well, because it's, well, for one, because it's literally they're dealing with garbage, but also like,
Literally, yeah. It's
but I think it's mostly because as for them it's a routine job, whereas you don't actually have to think, you just do the same thing over and over again. Whereas say a doctor has to fucking do some research before operating, or say like an architect before fucking designing a building, they have to know that the building will stand. or like millions of people will fucking die. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying like the degree of challenges vary significantly when you talk about like say a high class engineer versus a construction worker, because they construction worker, yes, they do dangerous jobs, are up in the air and fucking
right.
100 feet or whatever and building stuff, but their job entails only like a routine where it's just like, they know what they have to do because it's just the same thing over and over again.
But they still run those risks.
Yeah, they do.
Still do what we all need them to be doing for anyone to be doing anything else. Like for us to be able to think in the first place, they have to sacrifice or take the risk of sacrificing their well-being to
Yeah.
do this not valorizing job.
Well, yeah, it's basically the concept of survival. It's like
Right.
you gotta do what you can, what you have to.
Yeah. Well, once again, it's like a whole survival mentality
Yeah.
where like capitalism is like a jungle where you gotta fend for your stuff.
Well, yeah, it's primitive. It's primitive.
It is primitive.
So, what do you think, Jason? Since you're high up in the ranks of
Of
the
what?
grocery store.
Oh, I didn't know you were a CEO,
I'm not.
Jason. I'm gonna have to redistribute your wealth.
Yeah, fucking CEO Jason.
Well, I mean, when you compare like a doctor to like a garbage man, like you do have, well, doctors, they do have to go through like medical school and then like spend all these years and money and then like investing into their job. Whether it's like our garbage man, you don't really have to do that.
But that means that school is a luxury, which
It
means
is. It is
not equal
technically.
opportunity. So
Post. Like, I mean, like we have the luxury of having school, whereas like people in Africa don't.
yeah, people in the U.S. don't.
Well, yeah. Well, people in the U.S. choose to be fucking retarded too. So
Terrible.
it's fucking it's that's why their whole like mentality is very sort of closed. Like we don't like this. It's like there's a whole divide between the North and the South because it's very sort of like.
I think that's so much more also like the U.S. thing is important to why they're so capitalist actually, because it's so much more a primitive jungle there, in the sense that like deciding to go to school is a big life commitment that you're never going to be able to like fully own up to, because the cost of it is so high.
Oh yeah.
It creates such a big like gap between the educated and non-educated parts of.
Yeah, and that's why people who go into like Ivy League schools are considered fucking elites because they have the funds and
Right.
they're necessarily
I don't
smart.
think it's inherently due to like their good level of education. I mean, I feel like Canada and like Nordic countries have the best educations.
Well, yeah. Well, was Scandinavia is the most socialist, or was it?
Exactly. I think I'm a big supporter of the Scandinavian countries. Their political models I feel like are ideal.
So that means you value equality of opportunity, not outcome.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, that idea of, because a lot of
Yeah.
people, they support
They're
equality
not
of outcome.
Marxist, but they're socialist.
That's what
That's
I'm saying. Yeah, because a lot of people value social equality of outcome, which is not realistically good, because ultimately it hinders the choices that you have. Because ultimately,
yeah. Well, it limits some freedoms, I guess.
it really means a lot of freedom. Because like say every single person has to be, every single like domain of the world has to be 50-50, which is, first of all, impossible in terms of what categories do you consider significant? Is it, gender? Is it race? Is it age? Is it, mental capacity? Is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very very like,
It's difficult to classify things like that.
exactly. So ultimately, that is a challenge in itself. Whereas opportunity of sorry, equality of opportunity is sort of the idea of having everybody being able to choose what path they want to take, and there's no hindrance in terms of like choice,
Right.
which ultimately leads to a very very big gap in terms of how many, say in gender, for example, there's a lot more women that will go into like nursing and like doctors, to like sort of more in the caring world, I guess you'd say, whereas men more like sort of practical beings, sort of we go towards like the engineering and fucking crafting with your hands type shit, which quite I find quite interesting. It's a big debate though. It's like equality of outcome and equality of opportunity. A lot of people don't understand the difference and the importance of distinguishing
Right. I mean,
which is right.
all leftists get pushed together to some degree. I'll argue that it's the same argument
Yeah,
where the second you say something about equality, you're pushed to the left.
yeah, I
But
know.
at such a wide spectrum that for most people in the States, leftist means commie for them,
Yeah.
which is like a big conflation and a misunderstanding of the political spectrum.
Well, that's why I don't consider myself a left or right. I'm more of a center, because I
I think that's
see.
also completely wrong and a misreading
I,
of how political theory
No,
works.
I don't choose those sides because I understand both perspectives. I understand which I take the good sides of each. I think, and I use them
I
as.
think everyone does that though. It's just at the end where you align is
So
different, but
there's a
everyone.
lot of people are sheeps. There's a lot of people who are just sheeps. They follow the fucking media, or you follow the
Yeah, but I, 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 there's this thing called the Overton window, which is the the entirety of the social consciousness in a given area of the political spectrum. So, like in the States, the Overton window is shared between two parties,
Yes, yeah,
right? The Republican, which is almost like it's pretty like middle right,
yeah,
and then there is the Democratic Party, which is also right.
yeah.
They're both right wing. It's just that compared to the Republican Party, they're more left wing,
Left it, yeah,
but they're not left wing. So there's no like leftists in the States, not in politics.
yeah.
There's like new young people that are like that want it to be, or there's Bernie Sanders, but like
There's no
there's
party, yeah.
there's no leftist party. There's no like actual leftist
Mm.
like congregate. It's a misunderstanding. And meanwhile, here in Canada, we do have genuine.
Well, we have a lot of parties here in Canada, whereas in the U.S. there's
We
only
have
two.
yeah, it's not like a bipartisan.
Yeah, which is kind of fucked
Yes.
up because like two representatives, you can only choose out of. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. That's the idea of you can't choose who you're voting for because you have two candidates. You're like, well, I hate both of those motherfuckers, and that's why
Right.
like Trump ultimately won because everyone's like, oh, I don't. It's Clinton versus Trump instead of like the ideologies behind them. It's like,
Yeah. Well, I would argue it was Trump against not Trump. I feel
yeah.
like that
Oh,
was
the same with Biden as well.
It's like who you hate less.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. It's a.
yeah. It's
Wait,
but
wait, wait! Celebrities are coming into the mix. Don't worry about that. Yo, Kanye West versus fucking
yeah.
Dwayne
We're
Johnson.
talking about how the media. I want to get back to that because it's an important point I want to make is that all media is centrist because centrism just means the status quo. It just means what is at the center of the Overton window, which is why centrism is not an actual ideology and it's only it doesn't exist. It's in relation to what the status quo is. So 200 years ago, centrism was like more right. It was more like traditional. Now centrism is what life is right now. Centrism is basically just accepting the world as is and not like pushing any boundaries in the Overton window. So I feel like there's no saying you're a centrist is like
well that's the problem though. It's like a lot of people they choose one ideology, which I don't find productive at all. It's like
right.
it's saying one point of view. It's like choosing one philosopher over another. Whereas it
I
completely
agree with
takes
that.
it completely removes the idea of freedom of thinking. It's like it's you're either one thing or another, which is like
Well,
completely
that's
not
why I
productive.
think the right-left thing is
It's
false.
it's not
Like,
productive at
not
all.
a straight line from there to there. It's not from like fascist to communist.
Well, yeah, it's like
It's like a whole. Well, even then, we have no way of truly representing it well.
well, I say it's more like a sphere. It's like
Um,
you're somewhere.
I guess I think it'd be like 3D chess. Um,
You ever
no.
played 3D chess? Off topic. 3G.
Yeah, I've attempted it once. Yeah.
Yeah, I never understood the concept.
It takes a bit of time to just get started. So I was like, okay. And I don't really have anyone to play with. So,
Yeah.
Against bots.
yeah.
3D chess. I mean, that's the idea of the future.
Yeah. I'm excited for it to take off.
I have a question though. I have a question. Serious
Yeah.
question. Okay. There's two
Pieces of-
chairs. One has a cake and the other one has a dick. Would you
What?
rather sit on the dick and eat the cake, or sit on a cake and eat the dick?
Oh, now that's a deep question, man.
My question is, are my pants on?
Put your pants on.
Okay. Wait. Let me rephrase that. The dick will have to penetrate. No homo. No homo.
Oh, no homo. Okay.
No homo.
Because that would be outrageous if it was homo. That's fucked up.
What would you do, girl?
I'll probably sit on the cake.
And eat the dick?
Yeah, because that.
So you'd rather be a cannibal than
Dude, I'm Filipino. You know about, bro. We've been cannibalistic.
Really? You're a cannibal?
No, Filipinos were cannibals actually. When they first
The
invaded.
Spanish.
When the Spanish came in, we ate Magellan and fucking
Word?
chicken adobo with his ass, bro.
Human adobo? Human adobo?
Yo, human adobos, bro. Magellan adobo. Yeah, but no, I would. What was it? You would rather be a cannibal than what? Was the other one?
Then sit on a dick.
Oh yeah, no.
Be gay for like 2 seconds.
I'll be cannibal. Easy work, man.
Really?
Yeah. Crazy. I eat my own limb, bro. Yeah, honestly, yeah, I was thinking about this because I'm always thinking about something stupid. So, I was thinking like, yo, if I was I was stranded in an island, right, and I had to eat a part of myself, which part I would technically eat, I would want to eat, and I was like, yo, I think my thigh would be the best because it's the biggest part of me.
Like you'd cook your thigh?
I would chop my thigh off. Well, in a sanitary way, obviously. And then
Wouldn't that be so hard? Like, because you use that muscle a lot, it'd be like really hard.
So I'm saying, I was like, yo, maybe I use my left arm instead.
You eat your.
Like, if you had the choice to choose one part of your body that you would have to eat, like say to survive, in a deserted island, what part of your body would you take? Would you eat? You eat your own face.
A toe.
I'd probably eat like every finger on my left hand.
But there's nothing there. There's barely any muscle in there. There's barely any
Oh, true.
nutrients. I'm saying. Like,
That's a tough question.
I think I would take from here, like my left arm. Smack the shit out of myself with it. Attempt to reattach it afterwards. It's kind of fucked up. I like how we went from political like assessment to like, yo, which part of your body would you eat? Well, that's a good way to end it off. So yeah, what part of the body would you eat?
My butt cheeks.
Word.
Yeah.
No homo. But
But how would you like separate your asshole? I mean, your asshole, your butt cheeks from your leg.
How would I what?
How would you separate your ass from your leg? So like,
And
because your
like
ass is like
here and
it's
here and
all
like
connected.
cut it like that. Just cut off
So
that
oh,
cheek.
it's a big blubber of muscle.
Yeah, just fat.
It'll give a new meaning to when you're talking to someone and you say, "I eat ass."
Or I get my ass handed to me. I get my ass handed to me by myself, bro.
What about you, Phil? What part of your body would you eat?
I guess I don't know. Uh, there's no good answer.
What was that? What was that movie that I used to watch? This movie where this plane crashed in I think the Himalayas or like the Nordic.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my god,
You know this movie, right?
those cannibals and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And they started
Wait,
eating each other. Yeah, that's what I'm
they
saying.
cooked the fat dude, and then the girl was
Yeah,
like, I could smell him.
yeah. I remember. I forgot that fucking movie's name, bro. I used to watch that shit on Speakeasy, bro. Hold on.
Oh,
Movie about
uh,
plane.
The film was like so gassed. Like they're saying like, oh, it's not shown in theaters because it's so like
So Alive.
oh,
Alive.
alive.
It's a Frank Marshall movie.
Okay, now
Narrator is John Malkovich. Oh yeah, it was with Ethan Hawke.
John Malkovich.
Yeah, it's Alive.
Um, maybe the
Green Inferno. That's what I was talking about. Green Inferno.
Oh. Yeah. So yeah, what were you saying, Sean?
I'm thinking like the the tendons
Yeah.
or like maybe the glutes.
So your ass.
I'm trying to think of like where could I find like a place that's worth it for its amount of nutrients.
Because I was thinking, like the body, the leg would be the best place because it's like
Yeah, likely. Yeah.
the
But then
largest.
hopping on one leg the whole time.
Hey, bro. Yeah, you hop on one leg. You seen fucking Attack on Titan, bro? That's shit crazy.
Oh, that's why.
Attack on Titan's out. You know what I'm saying? Woo! Season 4.
Yeah, hype.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Let's end this off on the biggest question out there. Right? Anime versus manga. What do you think of anime readers that like to spoil shit and say, oh, yo, I already read the manga. There's someone in
Yeah,
mind. Yeah.
there's a lot of people like that in the anime.
Oh, I fucking hate those motherfuckers, bro. I want to drop kick them to fucking hell, bro. Oh
I'm
my
grateful
god.
that I don't know anyone who's like that. So, and I don't watch that much anime to begin with.
I think the second you like go to any comment section relating to anything anime manga, you get like swarms of people that are like, if you read the manga, you know what this means.
Mm-hmm.
So you find your IP address, you dumb motherfucker.
But to answer your question, I don't know whether to give it to one or the other.
I think there's something you could get from either side. Like in terms of anime, you could get it from
different mediums, like
yeah.
comics versus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. But that's why when people say like, "Yo, you should read the manga and shit," it's like because the story's better. It's like I'm not fucking.
I mean, if it's not like the medium for you, then
no. I mean, the reason why I'm watching anime for one is because it's a full package. You have the music, you have the visual telling, you have the
watching
story.
it because it's an anime.
Yeah, and also there's the actual characters, that's the voice actors, there's all those components that mix together that create a sort of a film or a TV show that you get to watch. Whereas like manga only delivers like the story. I'd say like and like there's a little bit of character like sort of tells and stuff, but it's ultimately a drawing that you look at through a panel, right? So you understand the humor base of what they're saying, and there's a story. There's like more like details in terms of plot development, but the components that make it like an experience. For example, is like it's like watching a fucking a movie versus reading a book. It's like Lord of the Rings, for example. It's a good fucking thing. A lot of people don't like whenever it's like the depiction of a book into a movie. It's like, oh dude, it's fucking trash. Like you should read the fucking book. Like the reason why is because they take elements of the book that seem important, or at least that seem to like sort of
represent the work.
Yeah, they'll match the director's sort of visual
Right.
message, and make it all into a film. Whereas like that's why like a lot of people are like, oh, Harry Potter wasn't like, there's some books that are better and some movies are better. I'm like, yeah, obviously, because there's a bigger story in the book, whereas the movie, there's like literally 2 hours of fucking just like of each different movies that create an overall story arc, and that can be there's no time for like minute details like fucking the color of someone's fucking asshole. Gives a shit. Dobby wasn't supposed to be blue, and I'm like, that's like, it's like fuck that shit, man. But yeah, that's why that's why this topic sort of like it touches a nerve for me. That is because of the idea of just a lot of people don't understand that there are two different mediums, and you get something from one that you don't get from the other, and
Right.
so like it's like, oh, the manga's better. I didn't read the manga, then I'll fucking watch the anime.
Yeah, I mean, for different strokes for different folks. I
Exactly,
think.
bro.
Yeah.
Jason knows all about that shit. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I feel like, yeah, to each his own. Like, you could like manga or the anime, but like don't bash on the other one. Like,
Right. Right. It's
Unless it's off, it's After. I don't know if you guys watched After.
after. No.
It's a movie that
No.
me and Kat were fucking laughing about because it's fucking horse shit.
oh yeah, true. You mentioned.
Where the guy has the girl, basically the story is ultimately a girl that falls in love with this British dude that sort of storms into her college dorm room, that literally commits like fucking 10 different red flags of like no-nos, like there's like fucking stalking involved. It's like a horribly produced 50 Shades of Grey. Like I'm saying, it's like Twilight if it was bad.
The fun was good.
Yo, Twilight's the best, bro. What are you talking about, bro? You crazy?
Okay.
Yo, don't talk smack about Twilight. Yo, those motherfucking those wolves, bro. Fucking adorable, bro. When Jacob took his shirt off, bro, that shit was like, ooh.
Pause. The Christian Stewart acting.
Oh, yo, bro, that's fire, bro. Yeah, the fact that she can't close her fucking mouth, it's like this shit. It's like, yo,
Taylor Lautner.
Oh yeah, did you see the new Sharkboy Lava Girl trailer? There's a new one.
Yeah.
Is Taylor Lautner in it?
No, they bashed the new actor because it wasn't Taylor Lautner.
Yeah.
Like,
That thing looks like, to me, it looks like a monstrosity.
Well,
It looks like an aberration.
It looks like Sharkboy Lava Girl. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't even say that.
Did you watch the original one?
Yeah.
Dream.
Yeah.
Yo, I look back at that shit, bro. I was fucking dying, bro.
What's that guy's name? The professor, who's also the bad guy?
Oh yeah, George Lopez's character.
George Lopez, yes. He's excellent.
He's like, what was it? I am the one who's gonna do it, Max.
I remember the chocolate river. Every time I see the chocolate river, I just want to like dip into that and just drink.
Oh yeah, the banana split. The banana split boat. That shit was fire, bro.
Yeah.
And I watched it in 3D too, so like a bunch of brains just fly off of my fucking face. Remember back in the day with the fucking 3D glasses? With
the Spy Kids glasses.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, I have to say that like those old Rodriguez movies have some charm, but this new thing, it's not for me. It's I don't know.
You don't like it?
No, I don't know. I don't know. It looks like it's sucking the soul out of. I don't know. Maybe I'm just jaded about it, but yeah.
Yeah. You want to end it here?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right. So it's been the episode. Was it episode 4?
I believe, yeah.
Yes. So it's been episode 4 of the Speakeasy podcast. It's been your boy Daryl.
Phil.
Jason.
And as always, we'll post every single Thursday, geez. Every single Wednesday. Now we have it on SoundCloud, so if you want to listen to this shit, you can listen to it on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Links will be
Link in the description.
down below.
Hello.
And there's gonna be a bunch of clips that Jason's gonna be editing because he skipped. Yeah, I love that TV shit, bro. So yeah, so links to our social media platforms are down below. All the fucking stuff is downstairs. Anyways, so as always, stay lit, stay well, and see you in the next episode.
Yeah.
Peace. Bye. Damn it, motherfuckers.
My bad. Oh no, I didn't.